Hello from the dung heap, everybody. These are my friends. A lot of them.
Friends.
There he is. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
And we're live. Hello. SPTV. Hello. Hi, everybody. Here we are. Just another manic Monday. Hey, so I didn't make it on this morning. I was going to do a collab this afternoon, but that's going to be postponed. Yeah, so there's another big hurricane coming, I guess, hitting Florida soon. And I'm not sure what the evacuation situation looks like, but it sounds pretty bad down there. So I hope everyone stays safe. We've got the whole Clearwater crew, friends in Tampa. I have family in Zephyr Hills, which is a little bit further away. But yeah, so I hope everybody's going to be safe. Definitely. Hi, everybody. Good to see you all coming in. Just say a few hellos while we've got people coming in. We've got Boats Beaches. Hello. Aloha to you. The Journey 2020 there. So good to see you. Anna from Canada. Thank you for being here. We got Mischief Managed. Welcome to the den. Yes. Hi there. Hey, we got Have To. Awesome. Thanks for being here, honey. Hey, Asen. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Mods. Hey, chat. Greetings from Germany. Love it. So glad you're here. Kate Delight and James Steele. Awesome. Good to see you. We've got Janet from another planet. Hey there. So good to see you all. Hey there, friend. Hey, Eric Rader. Always nice to see you. Allie B. Hi. One of my favorite handles is Traveltology. Hi there. Oh, BJ's Critters. Yeah, you caught another live. So glad to see you. Oh, we got people coming in. Awesome, because it's kind of a weird time of day for me. I don't usually go on at 2:30 p.m., but I decided I would just pop on and talk to y'all. I miss you when I don't stream. So yesterday I had a lot of fun. I did a stream with Mark Torrey, who is an ex-Scientologist. He was in for 3 years. And I think in the early 2000s, can't remember the dates, he was on staff in Germany. This guy went through so much crap. I mean, they put him through hell. He was working something like 92 hours a week and didn't give him any food. I mean, it was just awful torture. And he's one of the smartest guys I know, super intelligent. And he knows, I can't remember, 3, 4, 5 languages, something like that. And he's a scholar. He's actually going back to school, and he loves to do PowerPoint. Is that what it's called? PowerPoint presentations. And I've watched him do everything from Star Trek PowerPoints to ancient civilizations and languages and everything, right? So yesterday we talked about ancient. It wasn't PowerPoint. We just chatted, and I was surprised he didn't have a screen share, but we just chatted. It was great. I loved it, and we talked about ancient religions. And I wasn't aware of this because the way I was brought up, that the Bible was the inspired word of God. It was, every word of it was from God's mouth. And I had no idea that other writings earlier than the Bible were very similar. This wasn't the first people had heard of things like the virgin birth, a great flood, and you name it. There's a bunch of things that were possibly borrowed, So I wasn't even allowed to ponder that as I got older. I mean, as you know, when I was younger and as I got older, I had to just stuff it down. Any questions that I had, I couldn't ask questions. So it's been great to ask all the questions, all the questions. Sorry, haven't been sleeping well. I know how that feels. Definitely. And Traveltology had a great sleep. That's good to know. At the beach. Oh, nice. Yeah. So, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some things that have been on my mind. I've got a lot of things that I have notes everywhere. I have notes on call recruitment. I've got notes on all kinds of things of like how to break out of a cult, being trapped in a cult, all kinds of cult stuff. But I thought I'd talk about resilience today because that's something that I often come back to in my own life is, how do I navigate through things that come up? And where I came from, it was more of you had to like just check your mind in at the door, listen to other people, do what they said, and not really focus on your own sense of self, your own sense of mindfulness, your own why. You know, they ask, what's your why? Right. So I've been thinking about that. It's like, what's my why? Why am I here? Why am I continuing to keep going? And I I have I guess what you call like peace about it. Like I have, peace of mind that um I believe I'm in the right place. I'm doing what I can do. Not perfect. I make a ton of mistakes, but I want to be here for the cause, for the survivors, for you all in any way that I can. So it does take a little bit of, I think, pulling back, some self-reflection. I've talked about this recently, and um, I think I'm okay because we talked about last week about it's okay to not be okay, and I want to make sure everybody's okay. And then sometimes I'm not okay, and I need to kind of pull back and be like, okay, what's going on? Why am I not okay? And I just want to read a couple of things to you as people are coming in. Thank you all for being here. It's a weird time of day, but hey, pause for Andrea. Hi there. Powerlize to Paralyze. Hey there, friend. Glad to see you here. Glad you're here. Okay, let me read you a little bit and then we'll discuss because I always want to hear from you guys and in any way that you might be able to apply this. So let me put it up here. This is really interesting where I actually found this, believe it or not. And I talk about this a lot. When I look things up, it's so interesting the articles that I find on the least likely websites. So this is What is Resilience? And it is from the State Department website, the U.S. Department of State. And it says Diplomacy in Action. And there's these little articles that I think are really helpful. One sec, guys. I'm just going to get a little bit of water here. Excuse me. Okay. So this says, what is resilience? Resilience refers to the ability to successfully adapt to stressors, maintaining psychological well-being in the face of adversity. It is the ability to bounce back from difficult experiences. Resilience is not a trait that people either have or don't have. It involves behaviors, thoughts, and actions that can be learned and developed in everyone. Resilience is about being adaptable. It's about being flexible. It's about recognizing that we've got strengths and perhaps we never knew that we had until until we have to use them. And like many things in life, the more we practice, the more we learn. The more we find out that about resilience, and certainly the more we do of it, the more resilient we become. Excuse me, guys. Resilient people are able to adapt to stress, crises, and trauma. They find ways to bounce back from the ups and downs of life and move forward. Some people are born with a strong sense of resilience. Others may need to learn skills and develop resilience. If you would like to become more resilient, these tips and information can help. Remember that resilience is a skill like riding a bike. The more you practice, the better you'll be. So they give you And I'll put the link in the description. I'm sorry I forgot to do that, but there's things like maintain a sense of perspective, recognize that you have a choice in how you handle things, handle challenges. Yeah, that's good. So putting things into perspective, right? How big is this problem? What do I need to do? You know, putting things in perspective of like, yeah, there's a hurricane coming, right? To a lot of people that we know, and when we see the devastation that happened in North Carolina, it's like, wow, my problem seems so small today, and it's like just being able to put things into perspective where it could always be worse. How can I change this? If I can't change it, I how can I accept it? Recognize that you have a choice in how you handle challenges. Yeah, sometimes I'm tempted to say, I can't help it. I can't help myself. This is how I am, and there are there are choices that we make in how we react to things, which I'm learning to accept that. Accept change. Change and uncertainty are a part of life. Yeah. When you accept this, you'll be better able to react to change with flexibility. Anticipate challenges by focusing on the positive ways in which you can meet them rather than possible negative outcomes. This will help you feel more in control and less overwhelmed. And it's funny, this is on the State Department website. It's talking about a diplomacy and things like that. I can't imagine, not needing some of these concepts working for the State Department, right? Learn how to calm yourself, like this one. When you feel yourself reacting to a challenge with escalating stress and anxiety, take steps to calm yourself. Deep breathing, replacing negative thoughts. Overcome your fear. All of us feel fear, especially when we're faced with a challenge, but fear can hold us back from new experiences and opportunities for growth. If you are faced with a challenge that feels scary or overwhelming, start with the simplest thing you can do that takes you in the direction that you want to go. Ask yourself, what's the smallest thing I can do to get started? Once you've thought about it, do it. Let go of your anger. A difficult challenge can cause us to feel angry and upset. These feelings are normal, but they won't help us move forward. Work through your anger and try to let go of negative feelings by writing about them or talking with a trusted friend. Take action. Avoid dwelling on problems. Focus on solutions instead. Figure out what you can do and then do it one step at a time. I like this one. And I think this is the last one. Yep. Laugh. Even when things seem to be falling apart around you, try to find time to smile and laugh. It's very healing and it will help you forget your worries for a few moments. Rent a movie that makes you laugh or spend time with a friend with a good sense of humor. I love that. I thought that was really good. Yeah. So, hi. I just thought that was very uplifting today for me, and I thought I would just share it to you with you because um sometimes things come up, and yesterday it was a wild day for me. I had a lot of phone calls. I made some phone calls. I received some phone calls, emails, you name it. And there's a lot of people that are upset about this or that in this space. I don't want to dwell on the negative today, but I I realize I need to, for myself, put things into perspective. Hey, Abraham, hope you're staying safe. Good to see you. Hope you're all safe down there in Florida. And to sit back and put things into perspective, like is this really important? Things that seem very urgent oftentimes aren't really important. We've talked about that before, and I feel like with me, it really affects my mood. It affects my actions, my thoughts, my emotions, if I just take a minute and think about things, you know, and not to succumb to pressure. I feel like I've had so many things coming at me, whether the person or situation is designed or trying to, or there to confuse me, pressure me, whatever. It's felt like that at times, and I'm just to the point where yesterday I just sat down and I was like, I'm going to be true to myself. I'm going to practice what I preach to all you. And I'm going to think about things. And if I don't feel right about something, I tend to want to trust my gut about things, and I do. But I also want to back that gut up with facts, and with information to help me. So I just want to put that out all out to you. Um, because it's really helped me to think about all of these concepts of how you're going to get through this. Resilience is basically being able to bounce back from a difficult situation, and putting it into perspective, and recognizing that you have a choice how you're going to handle this. You have a choice how to react, and not everything needs an answer. That's something my husband always tells me. It's like, you know what? You don't have to answer the phone. You don't have to answer that question. You don't have to react. You don't have to. And I was like, really? Because I was brought up that you you never refuse to answer a question, especially, when you're in a very authoritarian um, you know, place, like whether it's a family structure or a cult or a corporate situation, a relationship. If you're under some type of coercive control, you often don't feel like you have a choice to say no, or to say, I'm not going to answer that, or I don't want to get involved in that. You don't have to. You don't have to. And I was like, to Duncan, I'm like, you know what? You're right. I guess I don't have to. So it's very freeing to realize that sometimes um, the best thing to do is nothing, you know? Okay, I'm going to start some things. Oh, thank you, Georgie. Georgie's in the background. Hey, Abraham. Thank you. So far, so good. All right, here in Miami, lots of rain thus far. Okay, well, stay safe. Hope you're okay. We got to batten down the hatches. Hey, sweetheart. Hello, good evening. Nice to see you. Kelly Copter. Always love to see her. Yeah, so what else did I have on this? And then I had one other thing I wanted to show you. Um, so we talked about putting things into perspective, um, recognizing that you have a choice on how to handle things, whether you want to handle it, accept change. Change and uncertainty are a part of life. When you accept this, you'll be better able to react to change with flexibility. And that's a really good point about being resilient, is to be able to be flexible and to change and to accept change. Because it's kind of hard, at least for me. It is hard to sometimes accept change. Anticipate challenges, focus on positive ways you can meet challenges. I love that. Yep. Learn how to calm yourself. I'll tell you, I've had a real challenge this past week. I've shared this with you before, but trying to get used to this CPAP thing, APAP, I think they call it, and it was pretty scary when I did this sleep study. The results were, it's kind of alarming, some of them, because they said at one point the machine showed that I had stopped breathing for 80 seconds. I can barely, like, when I'm awake, I don't even think I can hold my breath for like 20 seconds or 30 seconds. So yeah, so that was pretty scary. So anyways, I've been trying to learn and get used to sleeping with this thing on my face, and it is so hard because I got to be comfortable. I'm not the type of person that can just fall asleep sitting up. So it's been an exercise in calming myself down, putting these things into perspective. Okay, do I want to breathe? I guess I need this. So it's like being mindful of just being there, like, and almost like being aware of my breathing, but not so aware that I am controlling it, where I can actually forget that the thing's on my face. And it's getting better. I'm on, I think, day 4. So just physically, I've been forced to practice that, relaxation. And I'm looking at George. I know you sent me something I need to listen to. I will get to it hopefully today. But um yeah, it's just a good example, at least in my life, that of something actually physical that I've had to learn to adapt to and to be resilient, right? And flexible. So right now I'm sleeping we we jokingly call this room well, it's my studio over here, but there's a guest bed and everything. We call it the bed of nails because I mean I think it's so comfortable that we were like joking, about it being the bed of nails. So I've been sleeping in the bed of nails just to get used to this whole setup because I'm glad because I've been waking up very frequently and a lot of times I'm just like this damn thing, blah 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 blah. So kind of using a pillow mist with lavender as a scent or other relaxing scents. Oh, okay. I can't do lavender. I don't know why it makes my nose itch, but if there's another thing that you can recommend, I will definitely try that. Yeah. You thought it was comfy. Yeah. I've stayed here last week or the week before. Yeah, in the bed of nails. That's right. Awesome. I know a lot of people have been having sleep problems. Boy. Oh, thanks for yeah, I'm starting those, Georgie. Yeah, because I definitely wanna get your input on that because it's definitely a big struggle is the sleep thing. And for a lot of people, especially now for some reason. But hey, Liz Gail, love you. Glad you're here. My girls are here. I'm so excited. So, one other thing I wanted to present real quick, and I always want to get your input. I've got some questions, so that's awesome. Switch over to this one. Now, I'm in no way, I don't know exactly what this website is, but I liked this article. The other one was the State Department, so I guess that's pretty on the up and up, U.S. State Department. But this one, I'm gonna put this up. This is about mindfulness. And oh, actually, this is from the UK, mind.org/UK. So yeah, it's British. It's got to be good. Okay. It says, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is a technique you can learn which involves noticing what's happening in the present moment without judgment. You might take notice and be aware of your mind, body, or surroundings. The technique has roots in Buddhism and meditation, but you don't have to be spiritual or have any particular beliefs to try it. Mindfulness aims to help you become more self aware, feel calmer and less stressed, feel more able to choose how to respond to your thoughts and feelings, cope with difficult or unhelpful thoughts, and be kinder towards yourself. Many people find practicing mindfulness helps them manage their day to day well being, but it doesn't always work for everyone. Okay, for more information, it's giving you other links to there's a video, there's all kinds of things. I just wanted to, excuse me, read this section here with the little bullet points. How does mindfulness work? Mindfulness works by taking your focus to the present moment and staying away from other thoughts. The way we think and what we think about can affect how we feel and act. For example, if you think or worry about a lot about upsetting past or future events, you might often feel sad or anxious. It is understandable to want to stop thinking about difficult things, but trying to get rid of upsetting thoughts can often make us think about them even more. The theory behind mindfulness is that by using various techniques to bring your attention to the present, you can do. Okay, so that gives you three ideas. Notice how thoughts come and go in your mind. You may learn that they don't have to define who you are or your experience of the world, and that you can let go of them. Notice what your body is telling you. For example, you might feel tension or anxiety in your body, such as a fast heartbeat, tense muscles, or shallow breathing. Create space between you and your thoughts. With this space, you can reflect on the situation and react more calmly. And this is a quote from somebody. It says, when I feel anxiety building, mindfulness helps me to keep calm by becoming more in touch with the situation. So, and there's, another whole section about the studies that have been done on it. But, I just wanted to focus on this is like when thoughts come in your mind, sometimes for me at least, it can feel almost like the end of the world. It's like, oh my God, like something comes in my mind and I feel like it's all of a sudden landed and it's part of me and I've got to deal with it. And that's not really necessarily true. It's like you can learn that it doesn't define who you are, or your experience of the world. You can let go of that thought. You can let it go. And I heard when I was younger, I can't remember, it was some seminar that I took or something, where your thoughts in your mind are like an air control, like a air traffic control tower, right? You can't necessarily control what is flying, what thoughts are flying by, but you can give it permission to land. Just don't give it permission to land, right? There's things that come in your mind. I don't know, this space, I want to be positive today, but it's like, this one's a grifter. This one's that. Oh, this foundation sucks. Oh, that's a fraud. This is terrible. This place is, this sucks. I'm out of here. Those are all things. Okay. Well, yeah, those are thoughts. Well, and I say sometimes it's like, somebody will tell me something. That's a thought. But then usually when I say that's a thought, it's not a thought I really want to ponder or really let land, but it is a thought. It is a thought. So you have things that are like, yeah, that's a thought, not necessarily a thought that you want to entertain, or let land. And that's where it goes back to, you have a choice. You have a choice whether to really let that land. Is this going to help me? Is this something I actually believe in? Does this define me? Is this in line with my beliefs and my values? If not, let it go. Let it go away. Water off your back. I have had to choose something, not had to, but I decided to choose some things this weekend to do. I made an apology to somebody, and it went well. And then people that heard about it all of a sudden wanted like 30 apologies, and I don't even know who they are. So it's like, well, the thing is, I can decide what I'm sorry about and who I want to apologize to, and I'm not gonna give in to pressure to well, let's face it, nameless trolls or people that couldn't care less about me. They just want to see me go down, and they want to see people that I care about go down and to not have any support whatsoever. So I'm not no, I'm not going to bow to that. And I'm sure there's plenty of vultures salivating and hate watching me that are like waiting for me to slip up, waiting for that gotcha moment, waiting for that aha moment. And you know what? I'm not going to let it land. I'm not going to let it define me. I'm not going to let it bring me down, right? So we do have a choice. We have a choice of what we allow. Also, this is a great one. Notice what your body is telling you. For example, you might feel tension, anxiety in your body, such as a fast heartbeat, tense muscles, or shallow breathing. So, is that helping you? Well, if at the moment you're running from a bear, yeah, that's totally natural. You know, let let it happen. If you're just sitting here and you feel those bodily reactions and it's not really warranted, that's when you got to just be like, it's okay, it's okay, I'm okay, I can be in control of this. I don't have to let it define me. I don't let it have let I have to let it bring me down or set me back, you know. So, and that was the other thing about what Duncan tells me is like, you don't have to react to everybody demanding you to answer to them, to give them an answer, or to define where you stand in something. Sometimes I stand with everybody. Sometimes I stand alone. Sometimes I don't. And again, just being in this space, evaluating what's my why helps a lot. It helps every day for me to just be grounded, ground myself and just keep moving. And why am I here? Because I want to be here and I have my reasons. So I think it was one more point. Yes, I think we kind of touched on this already. Creating space between you and your thoughts. With this space, you can reflect on the situation and react more calmly. Yeah. So you can um, separate yourself from situations, thoughts, and reevaluate where you stand on something. And I think that's a very healthy thing to do. So, where else do I want to go with this? Well, we got 24 things start. So, I'm going to go through your questions because I always love to interact with you all. So, hey, have glad to be here on this blessed Sunday. Now, pass the offering plate. Baby needs a new pair of shoes. Yeah, that was yesterday. Fundy Sunday. One sec, guys. All right. BJ's Critters. Yep. If you study history, you'll find a lot of where the Bible's writers got their stuff from. Yeah, it's really, really fascinating. Really fascinating. Hey, Doug. Good to see you. I'm not okay. I haven't had the drive I used to with the takedown of Scientology. I try, but it's not like it was. Yeah, I totally understand. I get that. No, it isn't. It isn't like it was. Um, and that's another thing too is like adapting to change. I think that resilience is a good thing to talk about because yeah, when when there's a shift and things happen, it's like, do are we going to allow this? Are we going to let this bring us down and throw us off of our purpose and what our focus is? And I totally get that. I felt it. Believe me, I felt the pull to just kind of give up at times, but I don't want to give up. And I realize that's me. And I keep looking at my notes because I wrote in big letters, what's your why? So it's like just going back to the beginning. And that's what I always do with the nonprofit that I'm involved in is I always tell, my fellow volunteers and board members is like, okay, when things seem to spiral out of control, let's go back to the mission. Let's go back to our mission statement. Do we still believe in this? Yes, we do. All right. So let's make a plan um, to make more steps towards that goal of, in that case, helping people through disasters. You know. So yeah, sometimes it's just being able to weather the storm to weather the storm. And sometimes you just have to wait it out and see where the chips fall. And okay, well, right now, my focus is doing some follow ups for those letters because the election is, wow, it's less than a month away. So the U.S. Representatives will be voted in or out in less than a month. And I want to, keep going with those letters about asking them about where they stand on holding hearings on Scientology's tax exempt status. And even if nothing comes of it this time or in 2 years or 4 years, to keep that on their desk, keep them looking at it. I think just the amount of exposure, we don't see what good is happening necessarily day to day. But I think looking back, we're going to see, wow, the protests really did help. Wow, that letter writing campaign, it did help. This helped. This person found out this way. So, yeah, I think it all helps. I think it all helps. As far as the interpersonal stuff goes, you know what? I just, yeah, I don't even, not going to let that land, at least today. I'm not going to let it land because I don't think it really matters today to me. It's just like I, I care about people. I love everyone involved. I wish everybody the best and that's all I can say, you know? Yeah. But thanks for sharing that, Doug. I really appreciate that. Asen, comment. I feel similar. The classical Turkish society is like a fundamental religion. You don't question your elders, you obey 100%. Yep. I refuse that by cutting contact with my mother. I feel much lighter now. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. I feel that. I can relate. Absolutely. Hey, good to see you, Liz. So glad you're here. Doug, Traveltology, all of the fighting, the drama, the hate, and we all had one goal, but now we are fighting one another rather than fighting against Scientology. We are fractured, and I am just tired. Together we stand divided, we fall, and we are divided now. Yeah, I totally get that. And I got to the point where recently, as recent as this weekend, excuse me, we're congested today. When you said, all the fighting, all the drama, the hate, we all had one goal. Um, you know, we can choose to not fight. I'm not fighting. I'm not going to argue. I'm not hating anybody. It's like, I was talking about the resilience, and that bullet point was like, you can choose to disengage. You can choose to even separate yourself from those thoughts that come in. And I totally get that. Like, if you need a break, Doug, absolutely take it. I've taken a lot of breaks. Even recently, lately, I've taken some breaks because it's rough. And I do want to see, and I know you do too, and you all do. That's why you're here. You want to see the cult go down. And right now, it doesn't look very promising. And I don't even know sometimes what that means in practice, in action. But I'm still here for it. I'm going to weather this storm, right? Physically, hopefully it won't touch us much up here in the Northeast. Sometimes it goes up the coast and slams us a little bit. We have had flooding at times, but for the most part, we're pretty safe. We're pretty landlocked. But yeah, so physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually, I just want to kind of take care. Part of self-care is being aware of your triggers, being aware of things that really trip you up and feel very unhealthy for your mental health. So, anyways, for whatever that's worth, that I'm just sharing, how I feel about it and the way I've been trying to handle it. So, okay. Thank you everyone for giving some great input. I started focusing my energy on letter writing campaign and going to starting emails to officials in LA and Chicago. Awesome. Awesome. This has helped me get past the drama and narrow my focus. Absolutely. Perfect. And that's something you can do. You can focus on, and you are making a difference. And you don't have to sign off on what's going on or choose sides or come out in favor of this one or that one. Just write in your letters. Write in your letters. I love it, Buttercup. That's amazing. Thank you. Doug says, I pulled back, stepped away for the most part, and not involved in much anymore. I don't blame you. And that's perfectly fine. Like I said, everybody needs breaks. Oh, Liz, yeah. I totally understand sleep battle with a broken arm. Hope it gets easier for you. Thank you. And I can I can sympathize with that. I just can't imagine having a broken arm. I had like a shoulder, like a rotator cuff problem this week. It seems to gotten better, but Duncan and I went to one of the boys' gigs, and we were sitting in this really like awkward like couch situation with like a coffee table in front of us, and that was our place to like eat dinner. And so I kept like leaning forward and then trying to lean back, and the way that the seat was positioned, it was all wrong. So I've been all like off kilter. My shoulder hurts, my back hurts. So it's better today, but yeah, it's hard to sleep when you've got broken arm. I'm sure. I can't imagine. See, putting into perspective, it could be worse. Perspective, it could be worse. I could have a broken arm. So I hope you heal very fast, honey. Just once. Hey, Sin K, good to see you. I have a CPAP. One of the things I do is to sit with it on for about half an hour ahead of going to sleep. So now I lay down and read with it on. Yeah, I did that last night. That seemed to help because at one point I realized I was starting to fall asleep and I forgot that it was there. I was like, yes, that's good. And I'll admit I have been taking a gummy at night because I need something because it's really hard when I'm like aware of it on my face. But It's been better. I feel more refreshed. So the bed of nails, that's right. Absolutely. Mhm. Oh, Kimberly, not everyone likes it. I find patchouli relaxing or cedar. Yeah, I haven't smelled those in a while. I just know the lavender makes my nose itch. Well, I'll look into it. I like the smell of like rose water. I don't know if that's supposed to be relaxing. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Jasmine. I love jasmine, lemon, sandalwood, chamomile, frankincense. I don't think I've ever smelled frankincense. I know it's in the Bible. That's all I know. Aw. I just bought a doggy stroller to go on walks. My little heifer is lazy, but he loves the fresh air. It's gonna be my new stress reliever. Aw, I wonder if I could get one for Rocky. You know how dangerous this road is. Aw, I love that. New stress reliever. Walking's good. I'm very proud of you. That's awesome. Huff, give an inch, they take a mile. Do what the hell feels right to you. Yeah, I'm not apologizing to no name trolls. No thanks. Not gonna happen. And I don't give a flying. So yeah. James Still says to Doug, find something that you enjoy, brings you peace, and the rest is just noise. There you go. I love it. It's awesome. And while I'm thinking of it, James, I'm actually going to get my keyboard's way up here today. I'll log into my mail because I want to find that poem that James wrote. I keep promising, remind me later. I don't know what they're trying to get me to do. Okay. Find it. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's not coming up. Oh, wait, I did find it. Okay. I will read this before we're done. Let me go through a few more questions and remind me because I have it up. Speaking of James, I only ever feel truly at peace walking my dogs at 4 a.m. on my own. The nature reserve is all mine. I love that. Sounds great to me. Andra, wear the mask during the day when you're not trying to sleep. Read a little or watch a show. If you do that for a few days to a week, then wearing it at night gets easier. Okay. Yeah. One of the respiratory therapists told me that, and I've been trying to. I will do it more, but I did it last night. It seemed to help a lot. So, Asen, comment regarding apologies. There is a German saying, give them a finger. They want the whole hand. Oh, well. Yeah, exactly. Was George like slapping somebody? Is that a bitch slap, George? Too funny. Kimberly gabbled on. Good to see you, friend. As I heard one person say, when their monkey mind brings a negative thought to their attention, they tell it, thank you for sharing. Right? Yeah, thanks for sharing, but no thanks. Yeah, well, that's a thought. Oh, I had there was so my older brother had some in-laws that he had gotten divorced, but I just fell in love with his mother and father-in-law. And the mother-in-law was just, I don't know, she kind of reminded me like of Edith Bunker, and All in the Family. She kind of talked like this, and she's just really like cute and sweet and just like and whenever you'd say something like her, like my niece and nephew would go up and show her like, hey Nana, look at this, and she'd be like, isn't that, and she wouldn't answer, she wouldn't finish her sentence. She'd be like, well, isn't that, and it was like, so now, like, whenever somebody says something, I think of her as like, isn't that like, isn't that special, or Wow, well, isn't that or that's a thought, you know? Kinda like it's sort of like bless your heart. It's like, well, isn't that so, yeah, I don't know, I just thought I'd share that 'cause, that's what I thought of. Oh. Hey, Abraham, a good old classic relaxing scent you can never go wrong with is Vicks Vapor Rub. There you go. Yeah. It'll clean you out. Yeah, maybe I need some of that today. That's funny. James, Vicks takes me back instantly to my mom reading me Peter Pan. Aw, she passed 5 years ago today. I'm so sorry thinking of you. Yeah, that's tough. Kelly Copter says, stay safe, Florida crew. Don't worry. The OT8 will use their powers to keep you all safe. Yeah, or they'll just like have it go around flag and hit Aaron's house. No, just kidding. Yeah, they will they will postulate a wall around them, right? Hey, Anna from Canada. I needed this today. I was very anxious this morning and I was not even sure why. I know that feeling. It can it can be physically painful sometimes when anxious. Appreciate you. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate you. And I totally get it. Sometimes you just have that like foreboding and I'll just be like, I don't know what. Like, well, I think I kind of know why. It used to be probably PMS. Now it's like menopause. Like I'll just be like feel like crying for no reason, you know? Um, yeah, it it can just come out of nowhere. All of a sudden, you feel anxious. And I remember recently, a few months ago, all of a sudden, I remember running outside on my porch because I was just gasping for breath. And I've been going through stress, but I wasn't particularly thinking about those stressful things at that moment. But I guess it just kind of piled up. And excuse me, I I don't know if I think my son Carter called and I told you about my baby, how he's very philosophical, he's very wise, like he just sometimes just knows exactly what to say. And he's like, I'm like, Carter, I'm not feeling good. I feel like I don't know if I need to go to the hospital. And he's like, well, how do you feel? And I told him, he's like, Mom, I think you're having a panic attack. You're having an anxiety attack. And I was like, oh, I think you're right. And then he's like, he goes, okay. And then he told me like to name things in the room, to go, like I came in here and I was like looking at the things that I like and naming things, and it said like, what is it? 4 things that you can see, hear, smell, touch, or whatever. And it really helped. It really helped to ground me doing those grounding exercises. And I'm like, the kid is, less than half my age, but he's really saved the day. So yeah, being mindful of what is happening at the moment and being able to choose to relax and to use those tools, to ground yourself. So hey, mischief manage. My why is my creators. When everything is coming apart, I still feel I have purpose. Being here modding is a way I can actually help. Thank you, Mischief Manage. I really appreciate you. You're wonderful. I mean that so much. Buttercup 49. Sometimes there's no reason when anxiety hits. It sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Like that day, I don't know why and I didn't even know I was having an anxiety attack, but whatever my son told me to do, the grounding exercise, it worked. It really worked because I thought I was maybe done for. Like I thought maybe I needed to be rushed to the hospital. I didn't know what was happening. Hey, old Frizz, good to see you. I admire how Aaron hasn't commented on all the hate directed at him. It's been especially bad lately. Don't think I could ignore it, but I hope he can keep it up. Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. It's not easy. It's not easy to not react when there's just hate launched at you. Um, yeah, but I think it makes it worse sometimes. And uh also, I think it's good to take time to self-reflect, because sometimes, and I'm just saying, speaking for myself, when there's a lot of negativity and hate and criticism, mean-spirited criticism, and just nasty vitriol just being spewed at me. I, there's sometimes like an ounce of truth in it, right? So I take that in and then get rid of the rest. And if I do need to apologize, like I said, I apologized for something yesterday. Doesn't mean I'm going to issue 50 apologies to a bunch of nasty trolls. No, I'm not going to, you know, talk to, blue plastic water bottle, it's, that's not it. So, um, yeah, I think it does take a lot of, restraint and, self-reflection and resilience to keep going in the midst of all this. So, Janelle, it can be helpful to remember that feelings aren't facts when letting go of attachment to thoughts. I love that. It can be helpful to remember that feelings aren't facts when letting go of attachment to thoughts. Very well said. Very well said. Abraham, Vix brings us all back to a certain time and place of relaxing. Yes. Oh, sorry to hear. Yeah. Sorry to hear about your mom, James. Very sorry. Remember, the family that sticks together needs a bloody good bath. Yeah. If you're sticking to people, yeah, maybe you need a little bath going on. I love it. All right. Hey, Asen, after all these weeks of people fighting, one thing came to my mind. Do we have to get involved? Those people know each other for decades. Yeah. And hopefully at one point they'll talk it out. Yeah, exactly. Very well said. Yeah. Don't need to get in the middle of it or take sides or any of that. Hey, Angela. Hi, hon. I'm home. Honey, I'm home. You may never see what your work produces, but if you keep your why in mind, that shouldn't matter. We all need a purpose. Giving should be outwards. When it's self focused, then it falls apart. Very well said. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. You often don't know the impact you have on people, positive and negative, but hopefully positive mostly. Doug, hey, I enjoy my time here with good people. I like all the advice, all very good, and Scientology can go to hell. That's right. That's right. Scientology can suck it. They burn my biscuits. That's for sure. Abraham, as Neverends would become interested in everyone's story and decided to support the cause, not to support one group or the other. There's two sides to every story, and one will view in their best interest. Yeah, two sides to every story. Absolutely. Yeah. That was a Stay Spiria slap. Oh, is she here? I don't know if I've seen her today. But yeah, I hear you. Funny. Asen, every full moon, I sage my house, starting with the front door, going clockwise, room for room, to every corner. It feels good. I love that. Yeah. There you go. I'm sure. I'm sure it helps. Yeah. Um, the heifer, I can't half I call her. I cannot sleep without my BiPAP. BiPAP is worse sleep apnea than CPAP. They were calling mine an APAP. I don't know what that means, but I put it on and immediately comfortable. Really, you will get here, get there, hon. Yeah. It's starting at, I think, what is it called? Is it centimeters pressure per, I don't know, something that per pounds of pressure, whatever. But they started me out at a 4. That wasn't really enough. 5 was too much. So I went back and they adjusted it to like 4.4 to start with. But the problem I was having is I would finally fall asleep and then I must have stopped breathing because all of a sudden I wake up and it's gotten better because I think my body's getting adjusted to it and realizing that it's not the end of the world if it doubles or triples. Like all of a sudden it's on at 10 and I wake up and it's like, and if you feel like you can't breathe or you're just getting too much breath and you can't keep up with it, it's scary. So they told me to just hurry up and just reset the button because I was like trying to like adjust it or like rip it off and it suctions to your face. It's like waking up like that. I'm not thinking straight when I first wake up. So just something I've had to get get used to. So, helicopter, I like saying that was a choice. That's right. That was a choice. I'm owning it. Let's own it. Yeah. Yes, okay. I know you don't necessarily know when they're coming. Panic attacks are famous to happen at the worst time. Oh, I know. This is awful. Asen, whenever I'm stressed or pissed, I lean back and think what exactly does make me angry at that moment, and then try to consciously change the situation. Yeah, it helps most of the time. Yeah, I love that. Oh, jeez. I'm glad this never happened to me. This is like one of the worst things I can possibly think of. What do you call it when you're giving birth and there's no one there to help? A midwife crisis. I like that. That's funny. Hey, Freya, the dog, comment, such a sweet son you have, showing his mom some empathy and helping you through the panic attack. Yeah, he's a good boy. I love him. I love all my kiddos. They're all so good. And Carter, the one I'm talking about, he is a little rough around the edges. He can be a little shit, be a little bit grumpy, but I think I've said this before. I tease him about that little nursery rhyme and it's about a girl, but there was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. When she was good, she was very, very good. But when she was bad, she was horrid. So that's how Carter is. Like when he's good, he's so good. When he's bad, he's horrid. But I just love him. Okay, this is start, so I guess I got to put this up. Body illusion, George Massey, you sexy devil. How are you, sir? We all want to know how you doing, George. Too funny. Oh my goodness. Soon K, it seemed like my mom used Vicks for everything, including her toes. Oh, yikes. Oh, hey, Joel. Got my cast changed on my broken hand. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. What is everybody with their broken limbs lately? Especially arms and hands and legs and everything. Kimberly Gabaldon. Palo Santo wood works too. If you're allergic to sage, you can also buy Florida water and put it in a spray water, diluted to clear energy. It smells good. Tibetan singing bowls. Ooh, and a tuning fork. Ooh, that's like all sounds really cool. Warning, do not eat Vicks at home. Yes, don't try that. Don't try this at home. He said, I'm very sensitive to scents, good or bad, doesn't matter. Whenever I use public transport and can't breathe because of it, I smear Tiger Balm like Vicks onto a mask and put it on. I've never smelled that before. That sounds really good though. The inappropriate heifer. When I'm good, I'm very good. When I'm bad, I'm better. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Don't threaten me with a good time. I like that saying. I still can't remember what it's from. I think it's from a James Bond movie, but that lady is like, we have ways, instead of ways, we have ways to make you talk. Some are pleasant, some are not so pleasant, but we have ways. Joel said, I asked my doctor if I could play piano. I didn't know you play piano. He said yes. I said great because I've never done it. Oh, funny. Oh boy. No, we're getting with the dad jokes like James. That's great. Hey, Susan P., great to see you. Marilyn, it breaks my heart to see a few creators and supporters coming into other creators' chats and becoming trolls on a regular basis. It's sad that they just can't call and talk things out. Yeah, I agree with that. One sec, guys. Yeah, I think some things are better, said in private. And I I really don't make a habit of that going in fact, like, I'm so busy, I usually listen, and I'm kind of you know, a real lurker, but I'll go into a chat to say hi and everything, and sometimes I'll comment on what's being said, but No, I wouldn't go in there to set anybody straight or being, although I did I did correct something the other day. Um, Somebody was coming in and making accusations, and I was just like, that's not accurate, but that was probably once in a long time, if not ever. Oh, Latino swear on the VIX. Yeah. Nothing that VIX can't cure. That's right. You remember that? Everybody see that movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where the grandpa or the father or something was going around with Windex, just spraying everybody with Windex. Duncan kind of does that. Like a Windex, like you get a bug bite, he's like trying to spray Windex on you. There's a bottle of Windex in like every room, practically. I don't know if you guys noticed that, Hef and George, but we have bottles of Windex everywhere. It could be because we have really stinky dogs too that have accidents sometimes. So yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, Kimberly, I gave birth to my youngest son in the ambulance. I could see the cars going by overhead out the back of the window. We nicknamed him Speedy. There you go. Yeah. Hey, Gretchen only. Great to see you, Dr. Gretchen. Always good to see you. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I wanted to present to you all. Oh yeah, your dad fixes everything with Windex. I want to see that movie again. I love that movie. Let's say I can't remember what we were watching. We were either watching a document. I think we were actually watching SBTV, and then all of a sudden, this movie came on. It was The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and what's that guy's name? I know it had like Betty White, before she died, obviously. Had Betty White in it, and the other lady, I forgot her name. But anyways, yeah. We were just laughing our asses off. And I just let it just kind of came on, and I was like, oh, I like this movie. So then we ended up watching it. It was really fun. But for works for deep heat muscle rub too. Is that Vicks? I'm not sure what we're talking about now. Oh yeah, don't go potty with Vicks. Yeah. Don't ask me how I know. Yeah, and don't rub your eye. Oh my god, I'm famous for that shit. Eucalyptus is my go-to. There we go. Deep breathing. I like eucalyptus. And I wish it would come with a koala. I love koalas. They're so cute. And I'm jealous that Hef gets to go to Australia and see maybe koalas, but definitely kangaroos, I guess, are everywhere. You can kind of see them in the wild, which is so cool. Windex for sunburns work great. Spray Lysol on a sunburn. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess Windex does cure everything, doesn't it? Bug bites, sunburn, everything. Hey, Philosophy. Hey, Sophie. Great to see you, darling. Glad you're here. Hey, Kathy Scoggins. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Asen comment, there is a Turkish liquid called Colonia. 80% alcohol, strong lemon scent. That is the go-to for every Turk. I swear, rubbing it onto the skin prevented mosquito bites. Yeah, I guess that would keep them away, right? I love the smell of lemon. I'm not a big like say you're, gonna eat like a lifesaver, those little hard candies. For those in the UK and Europe and everything. Yeah, lemon drops. I'm not really crazy about those, but anything like with lemon in it, like lemon curd I like. And lemon set's good. I love it. Philosophy. Kangaroos are pretty freaky in the wild. I thought they would tip the car. They're huge. I can imagine. Yeah. I remember going out west to Montana, South Dakota, and Wyoming. And the buffalo, like we were at the Yellowstone National Park, and we stayed at the Old Faithful Inn, the geyser. And we're like, we had a rental car and we parked it in the parking lot, and there were buffalo like all around the car. We couldn't get out. Like all of a sudden they like surrounded us. I was like, "Ugh." So we just had to wait for them to just walk away. But I'm looking around and nobody seems startled. I guess they're just so used to the buffalo just hanging out in the parking lot. It's crazy. Wow, I have an aunt that can't go to sleep without putting Vicks in her nose and temple. Mhm. I guess you can get used to just about anything. My father-in-law will put wet tea bags on sunburns. Yeah, don't people put it under, like, their eyes, like, wet tea bags? I have enough bags under my eyes. Scientology up north. I love Colonia. Nice and fresh. Yeah, I'd love to try that. Hey, Kayla. Hey, sweetie. Getting ready to go to the office. Love you. Text me. Oh my God. Yes, I want to go. I want to go again. I don't think my kids have been. They would love it too. Yellowstone's on my bucket list. Yeah, you got to see it, Cal. It's amazing. There's nothing like it. Scary. A buffalo gang. I know. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam. Did I read all these? Bishop managed comment. When Carter is bad, he sets off the smoke alarm and needs a ventilator. Carter. Yeah. We used to fight about the smoke alarms because he hates the sound of them. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, but I like the sound. It's very comforting to me because you know, when you have had your house burned down once and yeah, and lost people, I don't mind that. It's music to my ears. But he hates the smoke alarm. Uh Joe McCoy, on a sad note, I sold one of my old cars. I had it for 40 years. As I grow old, the stuff is not so important. Yeah, I hear you. You know, I guess there's a time to let go of some stuff. We've got a lot of clutter here. And I don't want to bring it up to the A-frame. So I'm like, I want that to be clutter free pretty much. That would be nice. Okay, I didn't unstar some of these things. Asen, Tiger Balm is my go-to. Whenever the kids feel icky, before I say anything, they say, I know, Mom, I know. Tiger Balm. That's right. Mm. Oh yeah, okay. Lysol and Windex for sunburns. Gotcha. Got it. George Massey, James still has infected us all with the dad jokes. Invasion of the body snatchers. I know we're all doing it. I love it. Yeah, the one yesterday about the urinals, or the day before, I think. I think that was Saturday. That was so funny. Everybody was like one upping. I was like, I see your joke, and I raise you another urinal joke. That was great. Kimberly, I finally went to Yellowstone in '08. If you're going that far, be sure to also visit Glacier National Park. Yeah, I haven't been to that one. It's just as stunning and only a 6-hour drive. Oh, wow. Yeah, we stayed in Billings. We drove this was I think in '96. It's the year before I got married. And we drove to the Black Hills in South Dakota. Went to see um, Mount Rushmore. That's what it was. And I remember going to Walmart out there. There wasn't as many Walmarts in this area back then, but there's a lot of Walmarts out there. I remember going and buying South Dakota uh, like coffee cups and just other souvenirs at the local Walmart that we stayed across from. But it was very cloudy, very very foggy. So we we saw Mount Rushmore in like a couple minutes, like the fog lifted. We took a bunch of pictures and then it settled again. So that's what I remember. Sinke, our smoke alarm went off because of my cooking, and Robert didn't even move from the bed. He said, I knew you had it under control. There you go. Yeah. Sometimes Duncan will laugh and he'll be like, there's the dinner bell. I'm like, all right, wise guy, the dinner bell. Half my grandma used to use bag balm for everything to use it for my chapped lips. Both both sets. I mean, it's for cows and I'm oh my god. The bag balm is for cows. You're too funny. I can't. Oh man. Doug, I want to build out an overland vehicle for going on trips into the wilderness, baby. Rubicon. Yeah, I love those. Love them. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Killer. Yay. 5 cubs. I really, really appreciate that. Seriously, the memberships are really what keep me going. So I really appreciate that a lot. And still clap. And it's raining cups. Hallelujah. It's raining cups. Amen. Thank you. Awesome. Kimberly, the mountain goats at Glacier and little turquoise ponds are beautiful. Oh, that sounds awesome. Never seen that. Yeah. Hey, Maya. Great to see you, friend. Member for 7 months. Awesome. I appreciate that. Testing out this member sticker thing. Yeah, I haven't been able to figure that out. Do you have to be on a laptop to do it? Because I noticed a bunch of people were doing it in Aaron's chat last night. And I've been a member, I think, since he started his memberships, and I haven't figured it out. And Kelly's too. I don't know. Yeah, let me know. Never stop still clapping. No. I'll even step it up more. We need the subs, and I swear it's taking so long. Oh, yes. Um, one sec, honey. Let me get that. So I'm looking up at mental health. Here it is. Mental health matters to us. Let me get the link here. One sec. Everybody could check out. Oh, turn on your super thanks. I think they are. All right. This is Keela and Dr. Gretchen's channel. I love this channel. Mental Health Matters. Has been such an amazing place to land, place to just oftentimes I just listen, and they're both so knowledgeable and also very compassionate and calm, reasonable. It's just all the things we need. So here we go. And we got people testing out. Oh, what's your favorite emoji from the memberships? Yeah, Theta. That one was so much fun to make. I tried to make it as close to the little crochet guy that I make. Oh, that was just so much fun. Learned about it from watching Reese and Aaron. That's right. I saw everybody doing it last night. But I was on my phone. I was trying to help mod, but I was terrible at it. The trolls were insane last night. I don't know. Is it crazy? Oh, Neil the Seal. Yes, look that up. Neil the Seal. That is so funny. Uh George and the Stacys have been sending me George and the Stacys sounds like some kind of a band. They've been sending me little Neil the Seal videos. So cute. It does. Yeah, it can take a long time. I've been losing subs, but it's all good for me. It's like I feel like the subs don't matter as much as the engagement and the views. Like you can have I've seen channels with 10, 20, 30, 40,000 subscribers that barely get 500 views, you know? So it yeah, it's like definitely matters to get monetized though. Absolutely. And to get the word out, you know, about your channel. So yeah, hop on over. I'll put the link in the chat again. There you go. Keila, I use my Android for memberships and super chats. My iPhone doesn't work well for that. Yeah, I hear you. That's probably why I'm having trouble with it. Right. Once you get to 1,000, right, you won't be worried. Right. Yeah, that's the major milestone, definitely. And then I think yeah, like 5,000 was definitely another major milestone. I noticed a difference in engagement when I got to that. But yeah. Oh, thank you for subscribing to Mental Health Matters to Us. That's awesome. Joel says, I've been to every town in Colorado. It took me 70 years to do it. There are some great places, lots of natural beauty, but I'm a Colorado native. Love my Western roots. Yeah, I love it. Oh, okay. I'm on an Android. It shows in the same area where I can send a super chat. Okay, I haven't seen that. So I'll try probably on I don't have an Android phone. So yeah. Just looking for that poem. I don't want to forget. Let's see. All right. I'm trying to. Is there a way I can? Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Okay. Try to make it so it doesn't show somebody's email. Okay. One sec. All right, here is the poem. All right. Marilyn and her coffee cults and crafts. There's room for us all on her lifeboat rafts. Now, if you're a troll hiding in the chat, George is here and he'll give you a slap. Inappropriate heifers, not easy to rhyme. I think of something given time. Whose fans are these? It's total hysteria. Sitting pretty, it's our Staceperia. I love it. With looks and intelligence, Jersey Jan. She's no idea. I'm her biggest fan. Not Mr. Potter's. It's Mr. Mischief Managed. So watch your tongue or you'll be savaged. So who am I? Well, I'm no showman. I'm not talented like literally no one. Hope you enjoyed. If it isn't okay, no, honestly, it's all good. LOL. But he says to me, if you, oh, okay, please share whatever. I loved it. I loved it. Oh, thank you, James. That's wonderful of you. That's really sweet. But yeah, I love the rhymes. And that's the little poem. I hope you don't mind me sharing it publicly. I know I was supposed to show the mods, but yeah, I love it. That's great. Nice poem. Keep them coming if you can. Yeah, I love that, James. It's amazing. Oh, are you coming to the States? What? That was adorable. I know. Love little poems. Where's Poet today? I haven't seen him. All right. Yes. Thanks for subbing to our lovely friends. Yeah, I got to put it in chat again. Keela and Dr. Gretchen. There it is again. All right. Well, this was really fun. I have, knock on wood, hopefully with the weather and everything going on, I have, I think, 2 collabs coming up this week. Hopefully we'll get those done, get those out. That would be awesome. So we'll just keep in touch with you all. And if anyone needs to get a hold of me, send me an email, coffeecultsandcrafts@gmail.com, and have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Zenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.